Trump is a weenie.
Trump is a weenie?
Yeah, Trump, name 3 bar fights we know Trump done had.
So you would rather have Mike Tyson as a president than Trump?
No, Mike Tyson's stupid. Yeah, pow!
Nobody has a clue what you're going to say. You're so unpredictable.
The Democrats are a very clever slave master. They went and recruited the gays. That's Sergeant Dick Van Dyke. The worst thing we could have done to our military is don't ask, don't tell. Now, we asking, and you tell us.
You give me the feeling that you watch a lot of WNBA. Is that true? Like, are you
I hate the WNBA.
Really?
Lesbian women are not entertaining. Go get some hoes that can play basketball. They supposed to be playing in what she got on right there. They should have uniforms.
Oh, you're saying for them to wear plain lingerie?
Yeah, in heels, run up and down them, click-clacking in them heels.
Very strategic. People you'd want to meet, who would it be?
I want to meet the leader, the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
Wow.
Planned Parenthood is our new Hitler, our new Nazi group.
Tell me about it.
That's exterminating strictly black people.
What do you think about Diddy?
He's innocent. I seen that video.
She's running.
She's stealing his bag. Give me my bag. Where you going? Where's Big Girl?
You're thinking.
You get on back here.
You think this is okay?
Yeah. In the ghetto, this is normal. Fighting and fucking the makeup. Best orgasms in the world. They make songs about it.
30 seconds. Did you ever think you would make it? I feel I'm so close I could taste sweet victory. I know this life meant for me.
Adam, what's your point? The future looks bright.
My
handshake is better than anything I ever signed. It's right here. You are a one-of-one?
My son's right about it.
I don't think I've ever said this before.
Charleston White, how you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. How you doing today?
Very good. We're finally doing this, huh? We're sitting down talking.
I think your team and my management have been talking probably almost a year to make this happen. So, yeah.
Well, like I told you earlier when he came in, I said, I wish you knew how many people here consume your content. They love what you have to say, because I think one of the things that's most interesting about you is anybody can ask you any question and nobody has a clue what you're going to say. You're so unpredictable.
I don't like to know. I like to be ambushed in interviews.
You like to be ambushed in interviews?
Yeah, I don't like to know what's going to be asked. I like to be ambushed because I can give you an explanation for everything I've said.
Yeah.
You may not agree with it.
Yeah.
But there's a reason behind it.
Right.
So I'm just not on here saying things. So I like to be put under pressure. And
have you always been like this?
Yes, sir.
Since you were a kid?
I fell in the washing machine when I was 5 years old. I snuck outside.
You fell in the washing machine?
I fell in the washing machine when I was 5 years old.
Intentionally, or somebody pushed you?
I fell in. I was getting ready to jump off.
Yeah.
So my mother was upstairs asleep. I snuck outside, me and my cousin. We went to the laundromat. I was jumping up and down on the washer and fell in as the cycle was on spin.
Holy shit.
So I broke everything from my waist down. So I was immobile for probably almost 2 years. Just laying on my back in a body cast. At the age of 5 years old, I learned how to walk in a body cast with a full body cast. Just
at 5 to 7 years old?
Yeah. And then I put my eye out at 8 or 9.
How'd you do that?
Playing with a homemade slingshot. So I took a pencil, a rubber band, got ready to shoot the rubber band, and the pencil flicked back and poked me in the eye.
Laughing.
So, that's what we did.
And this is where? This is in Fort Worth?
This is in Fort Worth, yeah. So I fell in the washing machine at 5, had to learn how to rewalk again. So by 8 or 9, I done injured my eye. I was a very ambitious kid, adventurous, but in some household, they might say that's a bad child. He won't sit his butt down nowhere. So there's adjectives and traits that a kid gets, but a jacket would get placed on him because he's always in the shit, he's breaking stuff. Yeah. So I was that kid that was always in the stuff as well as hurt myself. So they labeled me as being injured prone. He always gonna hurt himself. I was just a braveheart to jump off a building, and that's what boys did.
And are you from a big family, a lot of brothers?
I'm from a big, it was just me and my brother, but I got a lot of cousins.
You got a lot of cousins.
I got a lot of cousins.
And are you older brother or younger brother?
I'm the younger. I'm the baby.
You're the baby.
Yeah, I'm the mascot of the family.
You're the mascot of the family. Okay, so then what happened? I think at 14 years old, you got in trouble at 14 years old.
Yeah. So I spent from age 8 to 9. I had 9 eye surgeries. So I'm like an institutionalized kid, except I wasn't institutionalized in prison. I was institutionalized in the hospitals because I was always injured and having surgery. So you got to think I had 9 eye surgeries. So I never really got to go to school a whole full school year, probably up into the 6th, 7th grade. I had a private tutor really up until like the 3rd or 4th grade because I'm always in. So I was directly taught one-on-one. So that's why at times you may say, oh, he seems very educational, articulate. Well, I was reading books at a very early age in life.
What were you reading?
One of the first books that I can recall reading, but don't remember reading it, but I know the information about John Brown. So when I first broke my leg, my mother hired this young, pretty white tutor that used to come tutor me throughout the day. That's where I started having crushes on white women from.
From this tutor?
From the tutor, yeah.
Now, did anything happen between you and the tutor?
Well, I was 5 years old. But as a kid, you have a crush on your teacher.
But not later on in life, you guys haven't linked up?
I don't even know who she is to this day. Yeah. She's a ghost. She's like a ghost, an angel.
But a beautiful ghost.
Well, all I remember is she was very pretty. She was very compassionate, nurturing, and kind.
And so your tutor's the reason why you like white girls?
That and my daddy.
What, your daddy?
He had a white woman. Yeah, my daddy had a white woman. And the only time that I can ever remember spending a weekend with my dad, she was there. He was going to work, so it was me and her. She was very loving, very kind. So that's all I knew. So when my mother, when we started going into the middle class neighborhoods, my mother worked at General Motors in the early 80s, the blue collar workers, the backbone of America.
Right.
So the middle class was very vibrant and thriving. So I didn't grow up in a Section 8 community. I grew up in a middle class neighborhood.
In Fort Worth?
In the suburb of Fort Worth. I was born in Fort Worth, but I grew up in Arlington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was born in Fort Worth, but I grew up in Arlington.
I used to live in Plano for 5 years.
Okay, so I've never seen violence in the community. I've never seen...
As a kid?
As a kid, I've never seen it.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never seen my mother get beat up, jumped. I've never seen it. I've never seen people shoot guns. I only saw it on television.
Unbelievable. So what happened at 14?
Watching television. Me and so let me just, I had a little man complex, small guy. So you gotta think, fall in the washing machine. So my legs is real skinny, can't play football, had to learn how to rewalk again. Mom is overly protective, I might hurt myself again, but I can play football fast, and I'm a Braveheart. Then I put my eye out. So now that limits me from playing basketball. So now they treat me like a handicap. That's what make me start rebelling. Man, I ain't no handicap. Because in my mind, because I lost my eye so early, the human body can adjust and adapt.
Right.
It's a three-legged dog can. So I became a three-legged dog that can still bark and fight and scrap with the other dog. But I had a secretly inferiority complex, insecure about my eye. So you couldn't ask me, what's wrong with your eye? I sock you in your eye. To teach everybody else, don't bother me about my eye. I didn't know how to deal with the insecurity as a kid, right? So a lot of times I would hide behind it as an excuse. Start some shit and say, man, he was talking about my eye. So
you were an instigator.
Yeah, I was a shit starter. Very, very, very much so. But with no hate. You always got a kid that's always antagonized.
Yeah.
I was antagonistic, like I am on the internet now. So that was a childhood trait. So I was very smart, articulate in school, always did well, but I just couldn't play well with others. I'm a natural born leader. And because I'm small, I have to stand up to big guys who think, so the small guy is always the leader out of the groups. Napoleon was. Big guys ain't hard as a leader until you go to prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Trump is tall. You don't think
Trump is a weenie.
Trump is a weenie.
Yeah, Trump. Name 3 bar fights we know Trump done had.
Well, no, he said in an interview with Logan Paul he's never been in a fist fight.
That's what I'm talking about. He's a weenie.
So you think if you've never been in a fist fight...
As a man,
yeah.
You don't have no physical strength and ability to defend yourself as a man with no weapons. You got to have some kind of skills, or you're a weenie.
Really?
What if you got a wife and kids, and you can't, and somebody messing with your wife at the restaurant, and you ain't got your gun on you, and you ain't never been punched in the nose? How you know you can take a punch? Talking shit.
Interesting. So you think if someone's never been punched in the face, they're not qualified to be a president?
No. Especially when you got world leaders like Putin. Putin came up in the KGB, early days of it. He's worked his way up through the ranks. And it's documented he have killed people. Trump ain't never killed nobody. We need leaders, the generals of the army and military men to match our world leader. That's why I don't nobody respect our leaders. These are politician men that couldn't play football, wasn't high school jocks, that was nerds and barking like they men to the world. They weenies. You don't have no hand-to-hand comeback skills as a man, but you want to stand before all these other men who are trained mixed martial artists from Kim Jong. Man, they'll kick our ass.
So you would rather have Mike Tyson as a president than Trump?
No, Mike Tyson's stupid. Mike Tyson's stupid. He been hit in the head too many times. So I grew up in the boys' home. In the boys' home, I spent 14 to 21. I think throughout those 7 years, I probably had 20 fights.
Wow.
20 fights. Before then, I was the kid who my cousin say, wait till my little cousin come over here. I'm gonna get him on you. So they bring me over there because I was a brave heart. As a kid, size really don't matter if you're brave.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have the rationale to be afraid when you're brave.
That's true. Yeah,
as a kid.
I agree fully.
So I was a brave heart. How I got in trouble is wanting to fit in with the older guys. My mom's at work. When I get out of school, my mom's going to work. She worked at General Motors. She worked the night shift.
Got it.
She got dinner on the stove. She giving us instructions. Leave your homework out. Wash them dishes. Don't go outside. Don't answer the door for nobody. I'm going to call at these times. Make sure y'all answer them calls. And so when she got home and we didn't do that, she'll wake us up out of our sleep. I thought I told y'all, so she tried to be a disciplinary, but she was a single mother who had to go to work. When she went to work, we outside.
Got it.
With no parental supervision.
In Arlington.
So
who were the older guys you hung out with that taught you some?
My older cousins, my brother's friends. And then once I started gravitating in middle school, because of the culture. So we went from wearing MC Hammer pants.
Yep.
The baggy MC Hammer with the Giorgio Brutini shoe with the gold tips on them. We went from doing that to abruptly from wearing polka dot shirts, silk shirts, pumps in the bunch, bikini draws, to Dickies and Killers now.
That's right.
We abruptly did that.
I remember Dickies. Cortez.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's so. I remember 7th grade. I had the elite shoes with fur around them.
Yep.
The Jabot jeans. Summer of I think 1989 when Colors came out, and we got introduced to.
What a great movie.
Man, what a great movie. What a legend movie. When we got introduced to that, it sowed a seed throughout America. Just like Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Scarface, The Birth of a New Nation, movies like that. Yeah. So that was one of those kind of movies, and children shouldn't have watched it.
Colors.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're saying those movies brought bad habits to good neighborhoods?
The Birth of a New Nation did. That's where the Ku Klux Klan formed from.
Got it.
And got even stronger after that movie.
So are you hanging out with troublemakers in Arlington, or are you watching,
I've never seen, so I'm in a suburb. So you got to think, at 5 years old, I'm in a hospital learning how to rewalk again. I'm getting a private tutor, so I'm not outside playing.
Right.
I'm physically disabled.
Right.
Soon as I get ready to play, boom, I put my eye out. So at 9 years, so from 5 to 8,
yeah.
I got a little 3-year time span. But 2 of those years, I'm learning how to rewalk again. So 1 year, I finally get to play with kids as a regular kid. Boom, put my eye out. 9 eye surgeries from the age 8 to 12. So I get my eye took out like 5th grade. I got the prosthetic lens put in 6th grade. But my first part of my 6th grade year, I had a patch on. There go the inferiority complex.
Yeah.
So
what were people calling you after? Because kids can be brutal in 6th grade.
No. I don't hear nothing because I'm going to hit the first person in their mouth. All you have to do is make an example out of one person before many people. The police do it, your slave masters do it, the job do it. All you got to do is make an example out of one before many, and word travels. Nothing spreads like word of mouth. Many hit him in his eye. Man, so who wants to mess with a person that don't talk and pow? So that was my defense mechanism. And I knew I could get away with it because he was talking about my eye, mama. That's all I had to say. So I had a cop out. I learned how to use a cop out at an early age in life.
Do you think that's a common pattern, or how did you learn it? Did somebody teach you, or do you think you just had it?
Resiliency and wherewithal from feeling what you're feeling.
Did your brother also have it, or you had it more than he did?
What's that?
The ability to manipulate and feel like a victim so you were forgiven.
My brother got caught for everything.
He got caught with everything.
He got caught for doing wrong. I was a very charismatic child. So charisma go a long way, even when you're lying.
What month's your birthday?
May 17, 1977.
Interesting.
So I'm a borderline Gemini, full-blooded Taurus. But I was an honest kid. So if you press me too much, I will come out and tell the truth, even to this day. If my woman said, did you do it? Did you do it? If I happen to keep lying, I feel like a coward. Yeah, I did it. Fuck it. Yeah, I did it. She can get out of it if you keep pressing me.
Got it.
Coward's lie.
Does she get it out of you quite often?
Yeah. I'm a brutally honest man. Do you
How does
love
she
her?
handle it?
Yeah, I love her.
You tell her.
Yeah, if I love my other woman, yeah, I love my other woman. Baby, you think I look fat in it? You know you look fat in it, baby. That's why you asking me. See, why you asking? Why you putting this pressure on me? You know you look fat in it. That's why you asking. So some people can handle the truth. It's the ugly truth that they can't handle. Say, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Charleston White, a.k.a. America's favorite uncle. I just signed up to Manette. So if you want to message me, you want to cuss me out, you want to fuss at me, even if you want some counseling, call me. I minister healing by way of word. You can message me directly on Manette. I promise, man, I'm going to respond directly. I ignore them DMs on Instagram. They just took my Facebook. I don't respond on YouTube. I will respond on Manette. I promise. Just call me and see. Text me.
Okay, so we're going to get back to this. At 14 years old, I read that you were hung out with some people who there was attempt on murder, convicted. What happened?
No. So my uncle had just died, who was a positive influence in our life. He died to gun violence. My mother had just became pregnant, and my little sister was born. My brother was already in and out of the juvenile facilities. And my mother was putting my brother in adolescence home. So my mama wasn't waiting for him to be arrested. When she started seeing behavior problems, she would put him in adolescent home. That made him even more rebellious. And he big. He tall and big. He got a grown man body. So mama got to work. And we got the best life most kids could have in a middle class neighborhood. So I'm the little brother sitting back watching who everybody's overlooking because of my injuries. They don't know I'm a mother. They don't know I'm a dynamite. Only my uncles know who let me hang out with them. So man, once I got to become a kid, I was 13 years old. I've been in the hospital, man, from 5 to 13. So once I started playing with kids, I was a natural leader. And I attracted good and bad children. My real friends didn't get in trouble. The ones I went to hang with didn't live in our neighborhood. They lived in the projects, in apartments. So, man, when I got introduced to what I call, I'm the seed of America's gangster rap culture. A little kid who been watching Bill Cosby, Red Fox, Fred Sanford. When my uncles get out of prison, I watched all the black exploitation films. From Dolomite, Superfly, all penitentiary. So I learned criminal activity from watching these movies, watching my uncles. And once I finally got to go out into the community, imagery have already been propagated to me. Kid watching television, So I'm mimicking what I'm seeing. So I've never seen a man come out of my mother's bedroom. I've also never seen a man get up and go to work.
You've never seen a man come out of your mama's bedroom? You've never seen a man go to work?
Yeah, I didn't know men work. I thought men were like my Uncle Curtis and my Uncle Wayne. They pimp on a woman, or they lay around all day, or earn their clothes in the middle of the day, wake up late with a joint in their mouth, fly clean, and go nowhere. The unproductive black male of the 80s. So that's what I saw. So I watched all the males in my family go to prison. For my mom's cousins, uncles, grandmother's brothers, and I never heard anybody say anything bad about prison. So think about this. I never hear anybody say anything bad about prison. They come home and make it sound bravado. Like you're missing out on something. As if for rite of passage. Not only that, you're seeing it on television. So it's being reinforced either way. So we had a whole black exploitation era. So by the time, I'm an injured kid who get to watch all the television in the world in the hospital, at home. We had a VCR. So by the time I get to be a normal kid that can go outside and play, it's a new culture, gang culture. And it's trending. I remember we seen Colors our first summer. We went and got bandanas and put them in our pocket. I went and got me a pocket knife. I don't know nothing about this but what I saw on television. I didn't know how to have sex from listening to rap music. And this is in the 5th and 6th grade. There was a song by 2 Live Crew called Hey, We Want Some. Yeah, so imagine stopping it, rewinding it, stopping it so you can get every lyric. So our culture taught us, and I say this often, and people really overlook it, it's a rape culture.
Rape culture?
Yeah, hip-hop is a rape culture.
Tell me about it.
I put a Molly in her drink, and she ain't even know it. Me and my homies like to play this game. Some call it Amtrak, but some call it the train. We all would line up in a single file line and take our turns waxing girls' behinds. Every time it get to me, I was out of luck because I stick my end and it would get stuck. The girl will say stop, I say I'm not. The girl will say stop, I say I'm not. But we dance to it. There's another song. I take her back to the trap. I gave her a perk, and she ain't even know it. Then she dropped the panties. So when we watch the frat parties, what was that, Porky's Revenge? Hey, let's spike the punch. The girls don't know to spike the sponge. When we see a bunch of girls, hey, baby, let me get you a drink. Come over, let's have some drink. Drink to do what? And have sex. That's coercion. She has to have a sober mind. So that's our culture.
How did it happen?
Hollywood, entertainment. They
because it didn't
they
used to be like
romanticize
that.
it. Now they romanticize it.
When you see the videos of back in the days, African American families, suits, the way they dressed, clean, solid, strong. What got into that? You're saying purely it's hip hop and movies?
A group of teenagers that became a phenomenon, like the Beatles, NWA. Not only that, you got this group that know things about crack that the rest of America don't know. They the first crack babies. They the ones told us in songs, mothers smoke crack and your friends can have sex with them. Boys in the hood is always hard. We didn't know about a strawberry. Well, there's a strawberry. A woman who sell her body for crack. You know how many of our aunties that end up doing that? You know how many guys that was in middle school that sold dope and his best friend mom was on dope and he ended up effing his best friend mom? And now they hate each other to this day. So it wasn't just hip hop. It was the lyrical content that children was being able to have access to. This is before the parental advisory stickers. Not only that, you got this music, which if you wanna check the temperature of your youth's mentality, listen to the music. So now you got this new chemical that was made in a laboratory. Black people didn't know how to cook crack. That's a chemist method. Somebody had to teach them. By the way, government taught somebody how to do this when we watched the movie Snowfall. So when they came out of California to come spread crack throughout America, who they bring? The gangs. Throughout the South, these little small country towns who people are fascinated by California from what we've seen on television. And we emulated a culture that was more destructive than the Ku Klux Klan and the Jim Crow system.
Wow. And you're saying it was intentional?
Nobody thought it would become this. It was dismissed. There's a bunch of kids from the ghetto rapping. It was dismissed. No one could predict what crack was going to do to Black America. Nobody could have predicted that.
What do you think about Rick Ross, the OG, not the rapper? I'm talking about the real.
He
Rick
was
Ross.
an illiterate man who the government used as a pawn.
I had him on a podcast. We talked about it.
Yeah,
he's
he's very educated now. I like the tenacity that you have to have as an illiterate man, but he's a front. These are poor children who don't know if I get this because where we get this from? How do I know if I sell this can put me away from life and I'm not hurt nobody? I'm going to feed my family. The people coming to buy it. What Black man knew when they was touching dope that this could put me away forever? They didn't even know what it would do. So a lot of it was out of survival. Some of it was out of greed. But most people started selling drugs out of nature's first rule of self-preservation.
Yeah, when I had him, he was one of the biggest drug lords, by the way. He was making real money. I mean, he was an OG making a lot of money, and the way he got caught was very interesting, and how it got big. But I just pulled up a number right now. Black Americans are 13% of the population, yet they account for 37% of crack users.
it was given directly to them. Cocaine was a rich person drug. Crack is the only drug you say, hey man, I got $2, and you get your $2 hit. No other drug you can do that. The weed man don't do it. The liquor man don't do it. Crack was the heroin guy don't do it. Crack was the only drug you can come with a bunch of quarters and say, man, I got $1.50. It's not a long-term high like acids or Molly. It's a short high. But the dopamine that it feeds, it what makes it so dangerous.
How do you address it at this point? How do you address it now? Like if you...
just like the first the guys who created AA and NA. You don't change that method. That method has always worked and it still works today. You can't change nothing if the person don't want to change.
Can you reverse the effects of it today?
Well, yes.
How would you do it?
Well, yes and no. Because it's just like the pandemic virus was real big and they pushed it on us. Well, since 90 to 97, all you heard about was crack babies. All they showed us what crack does to a baby. Where are they now? The crack babies done grew up and had babies. Where are they babies at? What they babies doing? They're the violent ones that we see today. That's 10, 11, 12 years old. These are the violent, these are the kids we are afraid of right now. Them crack baby kids. Then, if you want to put that on Black America, psychotropic drugs that white people been giving their white kids. ADHD medication. So, and then this is a group of children who are human detached from humanity because they're in the metaverse world. So they don't have the same compassion, the care, concern that regular humans should have because we have human attachments. They don't go outside to play. Most households, when I get my plate, I go over there, you go over there, mama in there. We don't eat together, so there's real no attachment. How are we going to reverse that? And we don't even have connection with our own children. We can't connect with the youth now. We're too busy fighting over Democrat and Republican, and we're losing our children. Not just by violence, by opioids, suicides. So how do you reverse it? It starts in the mirror. It starts in your mirror. When you come through washing your face, coming out the bathroom, you look around in your household and see if the bed is made up before you say something to your spouse. Then once you kind of pick up what you can pick up, then you start directing to your woman and your kids. Then you come outside and say, hey, how you doing, neighbor? But most people want to start in the world, in the community, in my city. Now start in your home. From the mirror.
I got you.
Yeah. That's how you fix your community. That's how you fix the world. Fix what you see in the mirror. Come out, look around the house. Fix what needs to be repaired in the house. Go outside and be neighborly. Hey, what's going on, neighbor?
Very interesting perspective. What's your opinion on Planned Parenthood?
Planned Parenthood is our new Hitler, our new Nazi group that's exterminating strictly black people. Because the founder of Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger, said this is solely to eradicate eugenics, to eradicate black babies. Why we still got it hanging around? It does nothing but abort babies. Most women who need prenatal care don't go there. Most black women don't even get prenatal care. They don't even know they're pregnant till 4 months in. Still high on drugs they were partying off of. So now Planned Parenthood should be banned. I was gonna say something inflammatory, but no, it should be banned because it serves no purpose and no justice to the community it claims it's serving.
Why do you think it's gotten as big as it's gotten? Who's supporting it? Because the way it's sold in a way that, you know, women's rights, it's good for women, and they have a pro-choice. Man,
you know how many, you know how much stem cells they get to collect? Man, yeah, they get the whole new forms of life from these aborted embryos and fetuses. They get to do tests like lab rats on humans with no oversight. We don't know what they do with those bodies, those babies. So there's no oversight, really. They get to do what they want to do. But the originator, Margaret Sanger, this was never set up to be something good. So how can you change anything's original design if you can't go back and change the design? Why abort the babies? Why not try to find the daddy? Y'all come together, get him some resources to breathe life and keep life instead of take life. Why kill the baby? If I get mad at my dog, I can't shoot him, I can't feed him, but I can go kill my baby? You'll put me in jail if I can't feed my dog no more, kill him, abandon him, and she can go kill the baby without the father's consent. She didn't make the baby by herself, so our government get this woman and this organization to kill a man's baby without his permission. How can you do that? In what world is that all right? She gonna do it behind my back. I ain't got, man, what if I want to keep this life? What if we killing the next president? You don't know what we taking away from the world when you do that.
Half the population disagrees with you. Why do you think that is?
Half the population disagrees with me. Because we live in a society in era, but this group of Americans look at right and say right is wrong, and look at wrong and say wrong is right. I don't know how much longer we can go on, because we've never been that kind of country. Even when we got here with the forefathers, they fought over slavery. They just say, hey, yeah, we go. No, they really fought over it. They spent days and months and years trying to put a fork. No, and it was people saying, no, man, we know this ain't right. Man, it's a necessary evil. Everybody's been slave. But man, they fought against that. America just didn't dive in and say, okay, that's what we want to do. They really fought against that. Locked themselves in rooms like they do now. Right now, they fighting over bullshit. Man, them people, they fought over that, if you really know history.
So you're saying this is something worth fighting for, and
the rights that we have, the rights that we had and we knew as children, our children would never know. So I think it's worth fighting so they can know what a summer of 1985 and 87 was like when you didn't have to worry about kids getting killed by gun violence. Never crossed nobody's mind. Man, we could walk to the mall, go here, and we never had a pervert kidnapping nobody. All the perverts was in the family. Wasn't strangers. We looking for strangers, but it's your cousins, it's your uncles, them the people that's doing it. But we looking for strangers. So, man, our kids don't know what it's like to be free and have real freedom because they exist in a metaverse world that have community guidelines that don't allow them to have free speech. So what outlet do our children have that we have where they can have freedom of expression? They can't. Everybody's offended. So yeah, these children are in the box. Like, you know, I actually read the book and saw the movie, the movie V for Vendetta. Mm-hmm. That's where we're at in America right now. We just hadn't got to the end of the movie yet.
How do you think this thing ends?
Good wins, evil loses. Love conquer hates, and then another civilization will start over again. Because this group cannot go on another 100 years. Everybody's too hateful. Everybody's too hateful. It ain't just white people, black. Everybody hate everybody. Don't like no. So only thing ain't hating is the things in nature. So I think love's conquer all. There'll be a small group of Americans who really love American and love humans and can appreciate life after all the destruction and disasters they done seen done upon earth based on mankind, and they go live nature-free people like Tarzan.
Who's evil today? If you were to say evil, where's evil coming from?
The Bible says, and I'm just saying what's been quoted, evil exists in high places. High places and high principalities. Evil don't exist among poor people. But some of the most evil things appear to happen down off in poverty. Nah, that ain't evil. Those are conditions and circumstances that have been created not by your choice. Evil exists at the top. Evil gets to decide which military drop bombs. That's evil. The destruction and disaster that these men can cause, and they never touch a battlefield, that's evil. They're sending other people's children, that's evil. If they had to send theirs, they'll think about going to war. If they had to put on a uniform like General George Washington did, get on the goddamn horse and fight with these soldiers, Trump, all of them, they'll stop wars. Now, Putin is the only one that's capable and has the wherewithal to be a soldier. That's why I respect him and I love him. So when I heard Trump and all these other weak politicians talking to a real killer like this man done killed people. Y'all ain't never killed him. Y'all been killing Durham. And he killed callously, cold hard. Them the leaders we need.
Killers?
For the nation. You got killer military. Your generals are killers. You train children to kill. Why can our commander-in-chief over our military be a killer? We need killers running as commander-in-chief. Let the president be vice president, but let a commander-in-chief be a military motherfucker to run this country and lead this country.
This is how it was for a long time.
I know history, and it was great America. Great America.
Meaning, when I say how it was, commander-in-chief was somebody that was in the military. Commander-in-chief.
I thought that's what they meant.
Yeah. Interesting. So you're saying you would prefer a leader at the top.
The sniper over in Iraq. I would prefer him, a person like him that done went over there and fought for this country, killed for this country, lost buddies that died for this country, and come over here and tell us what's best for this country.
You'd rather have that sniper be the president than who we have today?
Yeah. Because he can't lead by himself. He has advisors. He has a cabinet. So he has, man, but yeah, you need a soldier in the White House. You don't need a politician. Let your politician stay in Congress, but your president's supposed to be a soldier. You see what that African president is doing over there, that young brother? That's the kind of, he's a soldier. He's the commander-in-chief. Why do you got a Wall Street boy up there with a wig on? You need a lieutenant or a captain with a bald spot in his head, don't give a damn about a toupee. But he died for this country because he done served it, he done put years in it, he done trained and raised. This his country. This ain't country, man. Our military supposed to be our presidents and politicians and shit. Man, they go and fight, lose legs and limbs and come over here and suffer without a voice. For politicians to dictate to them and they done die, man, no. Should nobody be able to dictate to a soldier who done put his life down on the line? And everybody should handle them with care.
So you prefer Putin over who we have here?
Yeah.
Tell me what you like about Putin.
Oh, I like Putin because everybody ain't in Russia. I like Kim Jong-un because everybody ain't in North Korea. North Korea is about North Korea. Russia is about Russian. America is not about Americans.
America's about what?
Other people's interests. That's why we send money over there. That's why they can come over here and get loans that the average American citizen can't get credit loans. They can come over here and get rights that your blacks have never gotten. They got an Asian hate bill. How that happened? For your black people got them some kind of bill that protects them because they're the number one people who die of gun violence. I ever see some kind of protection around black people because they are dying at a rate almost like the pandemic.
What's the top cause of blacks dying?
Poverty, single parent homes, and the culture. So I wouldn't say the culture. We have a subculture that has superseded our culture. It's a subculture that have superseded the original culture of black people.
Tell me more.
Black people have always pursued education to get out. It was never about sports. So now you got a sports guy who can have an ability to get his education, but he'll leave soon just to go get the money and be broke 5 years after he leaves, statistically-wise, without the education. Guess what? He ended up in prison. The single-parent motherhood is the number one tool and detriment against the black community. It's not the absent father. The absent father is not around. How can he have an impact? His absence does. But he's more impacted what he sees his mother does and what man she brings in and out the life. How she treats him. So most guys who've been mistreated by their mother grow up to mistreat women. They don't grow up, they fight men. That's the issue they got with dad. But it's a lot of guys got issues with dad and mother because they had a neglectful mother. So he extremely violent. And there's no Boy Scouts program. There's no early childhood training to teach emotional intelligence. Mama frustrated. So what typically does a single mother does? When everything is going good and going great, she don't spank the kids as much. Let a new man come into her life, she's a lot more loving and kind. let things go bad. She's more frustrated. She's angry. You know, so now you get the emotional response. So now she whooping you because how she feel, not off teaching you discipline and correction. Now it's about how, so she's taking it out on the kids. So most guys were abused. Most guys, when we see these violent people, and I've worked on many cases, murder cases, at assisting criminal defense mitigation specialists. What I come to find out, most of these violent guys have been sexually abused. How gangster you think he is? Yeah, most of these, that's where the violence comes from. They're hiding behind extreme violence and aggression. But if he don't get the death penalty, they trying to kill him, he won't ever admit to it. So when you start learning mitigating factors about certain cases, you start to see a parallel and a correlation to sexual abuse, physical abuse, child neglect, and a mother. The mother created Jeffrey Dahmer. It wasn't the father. The mothers create these cold-hearted, callous, seem-to-be children that's coming out of the community. The mother creates that. She gives him the anger. Matter of fact, she gives him the fuel for the abandonment to turn into anger. Because he never heard nothing good about a black man. When he turned on television, a black man had been killed. He watched a Tyler Perry movie, fucked up black man. Everything, so he a little boy trying to reflect. So he get his weight up with his hate, and he pay everybody back when he's bigger.
Charleston, how did the single mother happen? Like if you look back and say, well, it happened after this.
White feminism. White lesbian bitches. Sorry to call y'all bitches, but you get the picture. Yeah, they came and fucked up America's, they fucked up the ecosystem. They say there's plenty of fish in the sea. It ain't no more since feminism. Now you got women want to play quarterback against Tom Brady. Ain't never been the case. Man, I grew up watching Leave It to Beaver. His mama in the house. Now you got high divorce rates from extramarital affairs because you have men and women all in the workplace together. Who fuck more than co-workers? High school people and co-workers. You got a woman at home, every woman got a work boyfriend. She might not be sleeping with him, but they have an emotional attachment. They go out together. She say that's her friend, but they secretly like it. That's her work boyfriend because she never get to see his flaws. She see him dressed up every day, smell good, so this is her ideal man in her mind. She got an internet boyfriend, somebody she like his pictures all the time. A person she listen to. We watching ass and titties. She want to hear something to validate her. Most of us are too busy to validate her emotions. It's not a man's job to validate your emotion. Look in the mirror and validate them yourself so you can come out and be what I need you to be. So the single parent mother home came from feminism. I don't need no man. You got a deal though. Even when y'all get together, y'all can't have the best pleasure without that man's log.
That man's log is very powerful. You know what I'm saying?
So our women separated from us. They got rights in women's suffrage, 1920. They demanded they demanded to be by themselves. Fought for it, yeah. Now they say they can't find a good man.
Yeah.
Feminism takes away good men.
Okay, so politically, you got Trump, you got Obama. What do you think about Obama? How much did Obama do for the black community?
Nothing.
You don't think he did a lot of good for the black community?
He didn't do nothing for
He didn't change your life positively? Like,
he changed.
But he's black.
He spent 8 years. He spent 8 years giving the homosexual community all of our civil rights. We still need a little bit more. So Dr. King and them fight wasn't for integration. It wasn't really to take the Jim Crow signs down. The initial fight, and it lasted for a while, the initial fight was equal rights and equal protection under the law. The Asians now have equal rights and equal protection because they have an Asian hate bill. You can't do nothing to Asian. The Jews, very well protected. Black Americans, not so. So when I look at Obama, he had an opportunity. But he wasn't raised with a black American. So he don't connect with us. He don't relate to us because he's not a black American. He come from an African man who had a baby with a white woman overseas and raised by his white racist granddaddy and his loving white grandmama. He grew up throughout school dating white women. Like, who you date, your mama? Michelle was a political move for him.
You think so?
He would never got elected had he had a white woman. That's why Kamala couldn't get elected. Ain't nobody vote for no black woman with no white man coming from our culture. Each with their own kind. If you want to lead us, each with their own kind. White America would never pick a white. Why you think that boy got kicked out of England with that black woman? You gonna come bring this to our bloodline? No. Nah, man, that's why mama and them said you don't go over there and have no baby with them people. You stay over here. Red birds and bluebirds don't fly together, but they both birds. Each with their own kind. You can't be mad about that. So Obama could not relate to the black American struggle coming from the N-I-G-G-E-R slave. He's not a seed of a slave. So why would he cry with us? He wouldn't cry with his people, homosexuals.
Those are his people.
Them his people.
You,
man, them his people.
Stop.
You saw what he, man, listen.
You think?
Yeah, he gave them the world. Yeah, them his people. How you recognize your kind? By their actions. Homosexuals got actions. That's how you know they're homosexuals. He with his kind.
You're saying Barack Obama's gay?
I'm speculating.
What caused
based on his mannerism. He wasn't tough enough in the White House. George Bush was tough. Andrew Jackson was tough. Every motherfucking body was tough, except him. Get along, go along kind of. Man, we don't need no president to get along and go along. We damn near need a dictator. So, man, I'm Trump all day because America needed something that it had never had. They needed somebody that wasn't a politician. Couldn't get a soldier. Shit, we got a con man. This man done played all kind of roles. He done been in every role. He done been in every face of every ethnicity in every culture from the 60s to now. From being on Apprentice to dibbling and dabbling with all the hip-hops, Don King, Mike Tyson, So, man, this man is a black icon to us.
Oh, you're calling not a con man. What do you call a chameleon? Chameleon.
Let me just break this down. A con man is not a crook. A con man is a short term for a confidence man.
Ah, I got what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, they just turn into con. A confidence man.
But even though he's never been in a fight before, you're okay with that. He's still your president.
One time I got asked, could I level a house? Because I'm a confident man. Say, hell yeah, I can level that house. Took me all summer to do it. Could I do it? No, didn't know it was just damn hard. Underpriced myself. But I'm a confidence man, so I believe I can do anything. Man, if you mess with me, I believe I can whoop John Cena. Physically, probably not. But you can't tell this little mind. I can't. As impossible as it seems, I think I can. Man, that's what I tell myself. In any situation.
Who fed this to you as a kid? Were you ever in sales? Were you ever like...
No, the books, the little red caboose.
Which books?
The little red caboose about the train.
That's it?
All the stories that they tell you as a kid. So, man, I had toys, but I read books because it was a form of traveling as a kid.
This book?
Yeah, I think I can. I've been a little red caboose. So they tell you things as kids. That trick you. Sticks and stone may break my bone, but words will never hurt me. I make myself believe that.
Affirmations.
Man, so you hear sayings and folklores and things that you hold on throughout life from wise people.
Yeah.
There's many stories that children can get out of these kind of books, but now they got gay stuff in books, so kids can't get this kind of inspiration and motivation when they feel like the little bitty red caboose.
Did you see the video that's they posted on World Star? Two gay couple girls are at Barnes & Noble and they see the books they have for kids. Have you seen this?
Yeah,
the Gay BC.
That's why I brought that up.
You ever read the Gay BC?
I've never. Yeah. So I was a kid when the book fair came to school. This was like birthday day for me. My mama go give me $10, $12, and some lunch money. I'm gonna bypass lunch. Wow. They go get all the men. So I was an avid book reader as a kid because in school back in my day. If you couldn't turn a backflip in recess, If you couldn't play sports be athletic inclined, you had to be smart. Or you ain't nothing in the popular crowd. So my intelligence have always been a tool for me to use to connect with other people.
Good for you. I mean, that mindset of yours, that's it's a unique mindset. And it's good to see that. Rob, if you can go to World Star's Instagram account, I just want to show this because I wonder what he thinks about it when you see this. If you go on the World Star, there's a couple literally at Barnes & Noble, and then while they're there, they see all the gay books for kids.
Right here.
Yeah, go ahead. Play this clip. I think Charleston's going to like it. Can't hear it.
Barnes & Nobles, and there's a kids book section, a gay kids book section, and this shit is crazy. Look at this. Okay, there's the gay BCs, right? Bye-bye binary.
For kids.
Bye-bye binary with a mohawk on a baby. Gay BCs, you're not ready. Can you hold this? Okay. What? A is for arrow and ace. B is for bi. This is crazy. We're gay, but this is crazy.
Indoctrination starts in the classroom.
Pause right there, buddy.
Indoctrination starts in the classroom. School is not at school. Your children are being indoctrinated. Education is in the home. Your children are not being educated. They're being programmed and propagated by this, thanks to Barack Obama and Joe Biden. One of the first things that Joe Biden did when he became president is he took a transgender male and put them over our human and health department. Fuck is wrong with him? Man, I don't bash nobody.
You don't think that's normal? Like, this person looks normal. You don't think Rachel Levine looks like a normal person?
That look like Sergeant Dick Van Dyke. That's Sergeant Dick Van Dyke. You can't make me believe that ain't... Hey, stop. You can't make me believe that ain't no real Sarge. Man, that's a weenie. You think... Man...
Some find that attractive.
Say, listen, that's why Ukraine need help. That's why Ukraine need help. They elected a actor fighting against a real warrior. That ain't no ain't no warrior. They been sucking on the Navy boat.
You think Rachel's been sucking on the Navy boat?
Man, you know if she dressed like that, she up. You don't get like that without sucking, rubbing fur together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's man now. Listen, the worst thing we could have done to our military is don't ask, don't tell. Now we asking, and you tell us. Because we don't need y'all out on that battlefield. We need y'all sexually frustrated. After blowing up shit, we don't need y'all nuts on flat. Fucking each other. So no, you don't get into this military. Get a gay military to work with the National Guard, passing out food and water bag. But them overseas motherfuckers should not be gay. The Russian military ain't gay. China military ain't gay. Man, we got some shit on our hands to fight. We don't need that. That should be a home ec teacher. Put home ec back in schools and let them teach home ec. As a man.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
As a man, though. That's call him Mr. Levine. Or say him.
He wants you to call him her.
Man.
That's what,
my mama told me, she said, the devil is the master of deception. The devil is the master of deception. What's more deceiving than that? A man look like a woman, acting like a woman, but is naturally a man, still a man in nature. What's more deceptive than that in the devil?
Like, you don't find this attractive? Because this was a big hit. I mean,
say we used to kick their ass in school, but they gay bash you now. You can't even gay bash in words. See, this is what's wrong with America. Bullying should be allowed. That's what made America tough. You taught this kid how to go outside and defeat his bully. Now he's running a CEO.
You don't think he's been bullied?
That's a he.
I mean, what is this, Rod?
Listen, it ain't no gay person who hadn't been sexually violated that had to turn gay.
Is this the guy from the movie Coneheads from back in the days, or is this... No, I'm being serious. Who is this?
No, this was an employee within Joe Biden's administration, the Office of Nuclear Energy. He was they were caught, remember, stealing luggage at the airport? Do you remember that story?
Yes,
That's
yes.
the person.
I thought this was Coneheads. Go to Coneheads?
Yeah.
Go to Coneheads. I don't know if you remember Charleston.
That's a Christian. Yeah, I remember Coneheads.
I thought...
from Marky Mark. Yeah, I remember.
Are you kidding me? You totally threw me off, Rob. If you put them right next to each other, I thought it's the Coneheads main character. Look at that. Maybe a little bit, not as much of a cone on the top. It's a little bit too flat. So this isn't, you think this is inappropriate?
Yeah, yeah, it has. I fought black women.
You did?
Well, for our gay community, I don't fault white people for their white community.
Oh, you fought?
I fought our black women
for
our gay community. I blame them. Because nobody accepts homosexuality in the black community. Homosexuality and gangsterism. Nobody accepts this more in the black community than black women. Because most of their sons are gays or gangsters. They're not in between. That's why we stand up for guys like George Floyd and not kids like Tamir Rice. We support our gangsters. Let one of our gangster niggas get killed by the police. Let a good person get killed. We act like we don't even know nobody. Let a gay person happen. Black women is mad. Black women are the only faction of our community that treat the gay man like he's a girl. And she raised her son to be like the gay dude or the gangster dude she dates. So, they don't let the black man have access to his children. Soon as the baby's born, she gets named, this is my baby, this is my baby. In order for him to even have rights, he has to go through the government system to put child support on himself that ultimately restricts him and puts him in in and out of jail bag mode. So when we look at the gay community, I remember America used to be as immoral you thought it was for slavery. I remember a time in the 80s where they wouldn't let advertisers play commercials on children's cartoon on Saturday. They don't target children. They're targeting children. Deliberately.
Why?
I tell people all the time, if you standing up talking to kids, you done lost them. They're kneeling down, whispering in kids' ear gay secrets. So if we're not kneeling down, looking at babies, third grade, second grade, eye to eye, and talking to them on their level, that's where they're beating us at, because they're sneaking this shit in cartoons that we can't see because we're not looking at their level. A giraffe and an ant don't have the same view. These are ants with these giraffes laying on their bellies, teaching them about homosexuality, which is, if this is a Christian country, an abomination to God. So how can your leader? How can your leader? So you think the Obama administration and Joe Biden for this, it was a long time coming on the Democrats' behalf. So what the Democrats said, our black people ain't good for us no more. These niggas won't even vote no more. They have the lowest voter turnout in all of our Democratic community. We need to do another Southern strategy again. Remember they said the party switched during the Nixon Southern strategy. The Democrats are a very clever slave master. Very clever slave master. So they did something like a Southern strategy. It was a gay strategy. Had they not done this, the country would be red. They went and recruited the gays. And then they went and got the black woman to stand with the gays. And they got the feminist white women that want to ride motorcycles with big titties to stand with the black woman, and they got an army. And not only that, they got a gay mafia that's violent and dangerous. And they let you know they'll do something to you and sexually violate you. And if you go against them, if you offend this group, if you slightly offend them, off with your head. They will counsel you. They're bullies. It's like only thing matters to them, they got a pride month. Who promotes a heterosexual month? So I'm saying, fuck them.
Flat out.
Fuck them. They can't make babies, no way. So how can we carry on with people who can't reproduce? And one of our reasons for being here is to reproduce and multiply the earth. They gonna stop civilization, take their rights, put their ass back in the closet, make ordinances and law that say you ain't coming outside, boy, with your nuts taped up under your ass and tight shorts on. Lady, you ain't finna look like this. You got to let us know I'm a man, I'm a boy. Other than that, you deceiving me.
You need some real good quality tape, though. I mean, because there's some of these guys
got some long feet.
Yeah.
In they drawers.
That's
They
right.
got feet in they drawers. They just rolled it up and taped them over somewhere.
Let me take that. That tape is, you just got the visual, and I went there, realized there's a business for it.
Yeah.
You need some real.
Yeah.
So
Cuffing tape. Say, what's up, everybody? This your boy Charleston White, a.k.a. America's favorite uncle. I just signed up to Manette. So if you want to message me, you want to cuss me out, you want to fuss at me, even if you want some counseling, call me. I minister healing by way of word. You can message me directly on Manette. I promise, man, I'm going to respond directly. I ignore them DMs on Instagram. They just took my Facebook. I don't respond on YouTube. I will respond on Manette. I promise. Just call me and see. Text me.
No, you give me the feeling that you watch a lot of WNBA. Is that true? Like, are you?
I hate the WNBA.
Really?
I mean,
you don't like WNBA?
Them lesbian chicks, man. Them most WNBA women ugly. They just start getting cute.
You don't think Angel Reese is like a cute?
Yeah, she's a cutie. But the 80% of the NBA league is tall, giraffe-looking women.
Like Brittany Griner's not your type.
No, she's not. Most tall women that tall, they can play basketball. They knees go together. They long feet. Y'all can't have the average man 5'9", 5'8". How you go lay with that big old woman like that? And she manly. And that's why they can't sell tickets. If they hired more sexy women in the WNBA, they would do NBA numbers. But don't nobody want to see a bunch of manly-looking women run up and down the court. Send them to the military league to play over there against Russia. But man, that's not entertainment.
Well,
it's the worst investment the NBA could have ever done.
Is she your type?
Yeah, she fuckable. It ain't about type, it's fuckable.
It's just not your type.
Yeah. You know, nigga, a guy would lower his standards to fuck. So when you ready to fuck, sometimes you just lower your standards.
I see what you're saying. Very strategic. Got it. I mean, she's a superstar right now.
Yeah, she is.
She in a kind of a...
But I like the one that quit the WNBA. I can't think of her name and went to OnlyFans and make way more than them. I think they should be NBA sex workers legally, like Vegas. I think the WNBA should be the sex workers like the strippers is for the rappers. The NBA guys are supposed to be able to go to the WNBA and sleep with all the women in the league.
This one right here? Is this the one that went to OnlyFans?
No, hell no. She too fat. Now this one, her was bad. Now she too chubby. Jaws too chubby.
Jaws too chubby?
Yeah, them fat girl cheeks.
Really?
Yeah, them fat girl cheeks.
How can you tell? Can you zoom in a little bit?
Shit, man, look how chubby them cheeks. Them the cheeks you do like, them cheeks you do like that. I can't think of that chick name. But she quit last year.
She's attractive.
Very attractive.
Who's this one? This one?
Is that her? Yeah, that's her. Liz Cambridge. Yeah, that's her right there. Is that the same chick?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's her. Yeah, Liz, yeah, that's her.
Well, maybe her cheeks are...
Yeah.
Well, in this picture, you see two cheeks.
You know what? That probably was that ball. That was them fillers them girls like to get.
I see.
Because she doing OnlyFans now. So she doing a lot more with her lips, so she probably had to get filled.
So you don't like big cheeks up there, but...
I'm more of an olive oil kind of guy.
Okay.
See, I grew up watching Popeye and Blue
Like that's your type right there? The Liz?
Oh, man, she too big. Man, it's like a big man. Yeah, that's too, yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to be like a big supporter, proponent of WNBA, like telling us to all watch it, but...
They supposed to be playing in what she got on right there. They should have uniforms.
Oh, you're saying for them to wear plain lingerie.
Yeah, in heels, run up and down them, click-clacking in them heels with them balls bouncing and them other balls jiggling and wiggling, going in for a layup. You know how many men are tuning into this?
Man, falls would be some epic falls. Coming down on those high heels.
Man, fires too, man. Man, what? So, but they not being creative. They think these women can dress like men, run up and down the court, dribble like men, shoot like men, and they're gonna attract the audience. Even women like hoes.
Even women like them.
Even women like hoes. That's why when they get drunk and at the club, they go to act like hoes. And they clean up real quick. Even women like to watch hoes. That's why we watch some of our favorite shows. Them hoes are entertaining. These lesbian women are not entertaining. Go get some hoes that can play basketball. They go both ways.
Ludacris did a song about that, no? Like different area codes?
Yeah.
He was very...
I just think it'd be much more entertaining knowing that these is freaky women and they with whatever playing basketball.
Have you ever been to a game?
Yes, once. And it was boring.
Really? Courtside or...
No. I took some kids. This organization I used to partner with named 601 Tickets used to donate tickets and stuff to my youth organization. So I used to take the kids out the projects to them WNBA games because it didn't cost much to feed them popcorn and stuff like that. They don't have high popcorn price like the NBA. That's how you know they ain't worth shit.
So their popcorn's cheap.
Yeah. So are their jerseys. They don't invest into a lot of them women.
Caitlin Clark's doing pretty good right now,
Man,
though.
she's saving it. If it wasn't for Caitlin and Angel, wouldn't nobody be into this shit.
Yeah. You think Caitlin Clark. So you're a fan of Caitlin.
Yeah.
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 She's fun to watch.
She's a wholesome white woman playing basketball.
Your type or no?
No, Larry Bird was my type. Good white boy that was tough. Kevin McHale. No, that ain't my type, right? A woman ain't got no business squeaking her tennis shoes up and down the basketball court.
Really?
No, she supposed to be over there cheerleading.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm old school America. Men were men and women was afraid of men.
Did you hear about the devastating news that Fox fired Joy Taylor?
Yeah, I saw that. She wasn't good for nothing. She was trying to be too cute. Man, we need real journalists.
You don't think she's a real journalist?
No, man. No, hell no. Man, she too pretty. She didn't get there because she was the best journalist in the company.
What are you saying?
She was fucking to get to the top.
Stop it.
As most good women do. Nancy Pelosi done it, everybody do it. Every woman with a smart brain on the job finds some kind of way to skip the line. Who want to work hard? You work smarter, not harder, ladies.
So you're saying that's wise?
Very wise.
So she's a wise girl.
Very wise.
But she got fired, so what does that say about her?
She'll get hired real easy if they know what she did to get the job.
Maybe she wasn't doing a lot of it lately.
She probably stopped. You know they get beside themselves. Yeah, once you lift them up here with you, and they stand shoulder to shoulder with you, they think they equal to you. I can do what a man do. No, you can't. You can't fire me. I'm firing you. So now they get tricked. They got an ego too. But she can get a job easy.
Did you hear about what she said about prostitution? I'm curious to know what you say about it.
No, I heard her. She was speaking on prostitution?
Yeah, she talked about prostitution. She said, if you want to play the clip, I think there's a clip of her talking about prostitution. Maybe this is where you guys would agree on something. Joy Taylor, if you want to play, is this it?
Is that all right there?
Yeah, go ahead. Play this clip, Rob.
Man, she go easy get a job.
What?
Do you think that America is trying to be better?
Of course not. No. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I think there's also a massive attack on femininity.
Oh, yeah.
Like the idea is that masculinity is actually what's being attacked, right? Like everything is watered down, everything is softened now. Everything is feminine. I actually think femininity is under control. I think that a big part of the reason why this is happening is because women got too close to power.
Okay, how so?
The audacity that a black woman would run for president. I mean, this was their last stand. They were like, hold on, listen, we let you in boardrooms.
Fast forward, Rob, to see what she say about prostitution.
And by the way, there wasn't a black woman that ran for president. That was an Indian woman.
I think non-pussy getting male lonelies are deteriorating society. Yes, I think it is a massive problem.
What do you think the fix
One,
is?
I think we should legalize prostitution.
Okay.
I have been standing on this for decades, and I think
She want a what?
She want a hoe. She just made us. That's a confession. She want to legalize prostitution. Why don't she be the candidate for it? Because I agree with her. You know why I agree with her? Because I know she done sold some pussy before. That's the only reason she would agree with this.
Stop it.
No woman in her right mind who ain't never sold her body would co-sign a woman being a prostitute. Only hoes and bitches do. A real woman and a real lady will never say, I think prostitution should be legal. She would say, hey, I think we should provide services for these women and find other ways for them other than prostitution. But a hoe, go support a hoe. Why they get on the phone and tell each other business when they fucking the same guy? That's why two hoes and two bitches can get on the phone, hate one another because they fucking the same guy, and share intimate information that hurts each other. For him, they relate to each other. Two red birds. A bluebird wouldn't have said that.
So she's a red bird.
She's a red bird. Now, I'm more for a hoe. Prostitute, I'm more for a hoe. Because a hoe is using her body and her self-wits to advance herself in life. She might end up becoming a millionaire housewife like Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, she became a billionaire.
She was hoeing. She wasn't prostituting.
But it was love. She loved the 88-year-old guy.
No. You
don't think she loved the 88-year-old?
Oh, she loved him, but he loved her. All men love good hoes. Even Jesus loved one. Kept Mary Magdalene with him and his 12 disciples. No other woman got to walk with the Savior other than this whore. So hoes are more like angels. Prostitutes are sex workers carrying demonic spirits. Hoes got God's spirit in them, and they usher the men, they cater the men, and they don't cause men problem. Women, ladies, and bitches are more of a opposition to a man than a whore is.
I
She know her role.
got confused what you said about Jesus.
He kept a whore, Mary Magdalene. So when you read Jesus' story, other than the prostitute he met at the well, he don't really fuck with women. His hoes, but he kept one particular woman with him and his 12 disciples to witness all these miracles. And she was a whore.
She was a what?
A whore.
Charleston.
A hoe. Is that better, a hoe? That's what the Bible describes it as.
Okay.
Man, prostitution been around since this time.
So you're saying Joy wants to bring it back from Fox? Or you think
I think what a woman do with her body, she should pay taxes for it, but you can't regulate it. If she's selling what she's selling and she make her file for 1099 for that pussy, file taxes on it.
Right.
But other than saying we need laws to put in place to make this legal.
Could be one way to pay off the national debt.
Yeah, it paid it off 1 year. Yeah, it paid it. Man, don't nothing sell like that, but yeah, sugar and cotton don't even sell like that.
He'd pay it off.
In 1 year.
In 1 year.
But no, she's a very nice looking lady.
She is?
Yeah.
So she's your type. So if she
very much so.
If she would slide in your DMs, you would respond.
I'll fly in tomorrow. I'll fly in tomorrow. I mean, and she like to talk too. Yeah, we'll talk all night.
She's not gonna know. She's got no job now. So maybe don't be surprised if it happens all of a sudden.
Call me, Joy. I got the right kind of instructions for you.
All right.
Your proper instructions motivate people.
She's got time.
That's why Bill Belichick was a bad man. Proper instruction motivate people.
But first ladies, like do you watch the first? You think like
I like the Kennedy lady. I like Miss Jackie. Yeah, I like Miss Jackie.
She smoked a lot of cigarettes though.
Oh, that's all right. That was sexy back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sexy for the smoked cigarette.
So she's your first lady.
Yeah, she my first lady. Her and I love Nancy too. I love Nancy Reagan.
Really?
I love Nancy Reagan because she brought the DARE program to school. Drug abuse, resistance education. This is your brain. And this is your brain on drugs. So yeah, man, she was very
classy.
Very classy. So those two ladies, class. Michelle Obama had some grace and class about herself as well. But she would make it known that she don't like people by facial expression. A woman don't give off no signal or nothing. She's always modest and composed. Another first lady, Thomas Jefferson, and man, I can't.
Thomas Jefferson. His wife.
His wife and his other. They started out as friends, ended up becoming enemies, and then became friends again by way of the wives writing to each other. So he was two buddies who were guys and friends. Oh, yeah. So they fell out. So it was Thomas Jefferson and another one. So just through history, from Jefferson's wife and his friend's wife, and then when I saw the Kennedys, Mama Kennedy, over Dad and them.
Right.
Then when I saw Barbara Bush, them strong women. Them strong women are the ones who whisper in those men's ears when they get weak. They have
in a positive way.
In a positive way. You can't be a thorn in your husband's side and he the president.
No, she's tough.
Yeah. So I watched the movies. I read the books.
We have a guy here that's his fantasy crow, Humberto. He is crazy about Barbara Bush. Like he's got posters by his computer. You go by his computer like the screensaver.
He must used to lay on the floor and look up under his grandmama's dress, watching TV. I kind of figure out.
On the dining room, like the dining table, he gives me that vibes too.
Like, I understand the role that the first lady, or how powerful she can be in shaping a nation, and really bringing peace.
Yeah.
So if Trump had the right kind of woman,
you don't think he does?
No.
Stop.
They don't even like each other.
Come on, man.
Man, you can't fly another woman in from another country and treat her as your equal like you would treat a woman over here. You brought over her to mistreat her. No man from America goes overseas to get a woman and bring over her and treat her lovely.
They met here.
No, but she still was a foreign. They met somewhere else.
He didn't go get like a,
Man, he didn't. Man, listen, it's like a mail order bride.
Stop it.
He done had too many wives. He done been married so many times. At this point, this is a mail order bride. That's why now today, when they walk together, he leave the little bitch back there. You know how a nigga treat his woman after he got tired of it. He don't hold his hand no more. He keep the umbrella. She got to hold her own umbrella. So she don't even stand with him no more. So it's obvious
Charleston,
they ain't
he
love.
always holds the umbrella for her.
I seen one he did. She must didn't give him none that night because you don't always treat your woman right.
Maybe they got into a fight.
Yeah,
Those
it's
are private
okay.
conversations.
But you can tell.
But you do think she's beautiful because Melania's.
Oh yes. So listen. So there's pictures of Melania and Trump and P. Diddy back in the mid-90s. And P. Diddy and Trump and Ivanka Trump got to look at each other.
Melania, you mean?
Yeah, Melania. Yeah. I'm sorry, Ivanka. Say, GoPro, boy, you can't tell me they wasn't fucking later.
Stop.
You can't tell me the tenacity that Diddy had sexually and his history. All these people went to this party. Why you think they together?
Charleston.
Why you? So it's some more pictures. Watch how they look at each other.
They're at many pictures.
No,
they're always
no.
at parties.
No, that's a Diddy party.
That's not a Diddy party.
So listen, man, there are so many pictures with Trump and Diddy. Why you think Trump said if they're mistreating him, I look into it. Because they buddies. They party buddies. Trump been hanging with niggas forever. Man, you can't tell me Diddy ain't. Man, but freaky as Diddy is, you think he ain't slide that pole up against that girl, hey, how you doing, Miss Trump? And let her feel it, and then now they making eye contact with each other. And Trump a freak too. You can't be a billionaire and not be a freak sexually.
Charleston.
Man, I know reality. I know men. These men party together or fuck together. That's why they party together. That's why we party with the people we party with. It's somebody there we want to fuck. If we being real.
What do you think about Diddy?
He's innocent. Can't tell a man he can't whoop his woman and she don't call the police. If my neighbor see me kicking my wife ass, they ain't got no business butting it. Baby, you all right? If she say, I'm all right, leave us alone. Now, if she holler, help, y'all join in. But Cassie never holler for help. You can't, you can't tell me I got $1 billion.
She's trying to run away.
No, she's
going to the elevator.
She was stealing a high-dollar bag during the sexual freak-off we all agreed upon. She done got mad behind closed doors.
I don't know what video you've seen. Rob, pull up the video.
Man, I seen that video.
She's running.
She's stealing his bag. She didn't buy that bag. That's a theft. Bitch, give me my bag. Where you going? Bitch, get her.
You're thinking.
Give me my shit. Give me my shit. You get on back in here.
You think this is okay?
Yeah.
Charleston.
Man, that's his woman. How can you tell that man he can't do that? Man, that ain't my daughter. Why can't I say, man, ain't? So because
you have a daughter?
Yes. So listen, I also got some friends who they women is okay with that being happening because they're in this toxic relationship. This is not a normal relationship that America is thinking about. This is a drug-infused, both of them using drugs at a high level of extent. In the ghetto, this is normal. But they doing this as rich people, this is not normal. Rich people do it on the inside. Rich people beat their wives on the inside. He just so happened to catch her, and he didn't beat her. He said, give me back my shit, kicked her, and drug her back in there, and they finished fucking. Ain't nothing like fighting and fucking to make up. Best orgasms in the world. They make songs about it. We break up to make up. That's all that is. You don't see her coming back out that room. She said it's another woman in there they were having sex. She went back in and started back having sex again. She didn't come out that room. The male prostitute said she called the book. She paid. She been having fun like a motherfucker. So she was compensated for what y'all sold.
What was the guy's name? Punisher or something like that?
The Punisher.
So
I wonder why they call that nickname. It's
he got a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
So she was compensated for what we saw.
Yeah.
She was compensated for what we saw. So they put together this
$30 million or something.
Yeah, plus another 20 coming from the hotel.
Oh, another 20 coming from the hotel.
It came out in trial. So imagine this. Everybody been knowing about this. Why was they silent for so long? Because this has always been rumored. This is 10 years old tape. They've been knowing about this.
Yeah.
The feds was on a goose hunt. And they blew a case. So they went and put together this big mafia-type conspiracy RICO trial for a guy and his wife being freaky, his girlfriend being freaky. And they in agreement with this. Was he wrong for flying in male prostitutes? No. What's wrong with flying somebody in to have sex? I thought that's what rich people do to have sex. How they get there to you? How you fly your girlfriend, your other woman on the side that you don't want your wife knowing about? How they supposed to get to you? And you ain't supposed to give them no money when y'all get through fucking? I'm taking care of my little money. This my little bitch I be fucking. I take care of her, even though she do this. So how can our government say this is a sex worker? Shit, people ain't never identified as sex workers. They freaking having sex. So now our government get to rule in the bedroom. It's a clear case of government ruling in the bedroom. What I did outside that hotel, the jury said, not guilty.
You think he recorded all those guys? You think he's got the tape on all those people?
The FBI got the tape when they seized the house.
Oh, no shit.
They seized all of his computers.
Yeah.
And they made it seem like he had a Costco house full of baby oil. He only had a couple bottles. Our government paint a blurred picture about this man. Is he a horrible guy? Yeah. Should he be in prison? No. Should he be held without no bond? No. Every one of us know a guy who slaps his woman, and we don't say shit to him about slapping his woman.
What do you think about Epstein?
He alive somewhere hiding. Prior to his death, there was already attempts made upon his life in jail. How is it a coincidence that he ended up in jail with a suicide, but the autopsy report said his larynx was crushed? You can't do that with suicide. Motherfucker got to choke you to do that. Why don't the media do Epstein like they do Diddy? We know everything. We know Diddy like to put cum on his nipples for men. Him and Cassie like to suck the cum off. So this is detail. Why we don't know details about Epstein? Where are the children? Where are their stories? Where are their testimonies? Why don't we have open access to Giselle's testimony and her cooperation with the government?
You mean Ghislaine? Yeah.
Ghislaine.
Yeah,
You know why? Because most of the people went to the island was politicians and powerful people, princesses of Wales, all them types, the real freaks, the evil people. The evil people who can go to an island and have access to children that nobody knows have been kidnapped in the world. The evil people. Those are our politicians. Those aren't poor people. Those are not people on drugs. Those are not gangbangers that's doing this. Gangbangers hurt their own people. But it's a group of people that take our children and they disappear, and powerful people have access to them. There's a movie that I question to this day. It's called Sounds of Freedom, Cry of Freedom, about
Sounds of Freedom. Yeah.
Human. I cried watching that movie. I kept walking. I said, "Oh man." I said, "Why don't nobody promote this movie from Hollywood? Why don't our government promote this movie? Why do our government spend so much business in Ukraine? And why don't we got some real laws for sexual exploitation and sexual abuse? Because they in on it too." So at the end of that movie, it says that child sex trafficking have surpassed drugs and guns in the world. You don't need to reply. You don't need to. You don't need to re-up with a kid. You catch him at 5, it's a sex slave till it die, unless somebody free it. So you asked me a question earlier. How does a kid survive that with no hope, agony? It's the resiliency of a child that adults lose throughout life. So, man, so I think our government, all that, everybody full of shit. I wear a hat that says I think everybody's playing. We really ignore the conditions of our children in America. We have some of the most drug-addicted children ever in the history of human existence today. More of our children go to bed hungry or live in abuse, neglect, and is exposed to more violence than any other group of children outside of these third world countries. But there's not a lot of resources. There's not a lot of things put into development. More things are being taken from the kids and given to the gays and the politicians in the interest groups. America's citizens is being robbed by politicians who put capitalism before citizenship.
Capitalism over citizenship.
Yeah. So that's why you hear the media. Terms and words are powerful. What Hitler used to exterminate a whole group of people. The Consumer Reporting Credit Act stripped us of our citizenship. Because if you go pull my credit, you can go get access to me so you have stripped me of my citizenship. And the media now identifies Americans as the American consumer, not the American citizens. The American consumer. Everything's about a consumer report. Capitalism. They talk socialism, but they really want capitalism. Capitalism supersedes racism.
Capitalism supersedes racism?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
If you get enough money, they don't look at you like you a color. If you come in, man.
Isn't that a good thing?
Isn't that a good thing?
Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah. But what about the people who can't access the capitalism?
A lot of people don't start off with the capital.
Most Americans won't get it and won't start off with it, according to what we're looking at today's Americans.
87% of millionaires are self-made. Most of billionaires, a lot of them inherited the money. Sure, you can put a number to it, but millionaires, 87% are self-made.
They had a different school system that taught critical thinking, where they dropped out. This is not the same America that can repeat that again. With this group of kids who can barely read on or above their grade level, who don't have a worldview, who don't know economics because economics is not in school. They don't know banking because they haven't been given a piggy bank to put a quarter here. They don't get an allowance to learn how to save. They don't get out.
But access to information is more available. A person today, if they really wanted to go find out and learn for themselves with just YouTube alone, you can get access to doing almost anything, selling, coding. ChatGPT can learn how to code. You have so many methods of learning today.
Not when you're indoctrinated, you don't. Our children have been indoctrinated.
That part, but you need to go to school to be brainwashed.
Well, YouTube can only teach you the basics. It's only teach you the basics. The people that go watch YouTube can barely read. The people that can go watch YouTube are trying to fix something they might not eat later.
Really?
So they don't have most Americans are poor. They don't have the luxury to learn from YouTube. They're escaping reality.
I think sometimes if you give them an out, they'll run with it. Remember earlier on when you said when you were a kid?
Hold on, look, here's the out. Before you can even understand life as a kid, they putting a fucking phone in your hand.
Okay.
To entertain you because you're getting on the adult's nerve.
I agree with that.
So now you go into a school system.
That's on the parents though.
But the condition don't allow the parent to teach, right? So this is what I was taught. It takes a village to raise a child, not a parent. It takes a village.
Do you believe that?
Yes, I believe that wholeheartedly. I was raised by the village because my mother was at work. So I had a juvenile worker, I had a court worker, I had a school teacher. My mom was at work. I had a neighbor say, boy, I'm going to tell your mama. I had a village. Miss Yolanda and boy I had a village. And I said, yes, ma'am. When somebody come, pull your pants up, I pull them up. I say, fuck you, bitch. I pull them up. Because I understood the village. So you want this group of children who Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs don't even give their kids these phones.
Yeah.
For our kids to take this phone, and you can make so much money off this phone, but you ain't gonna learn it watching YouTube. I spent 5 years getting millions of views on Facebook, and nobody around me knew how to monetize. Nobody. That blew my mind. That blew my mind that nobody, all these people with phones waking up, getting on social media sites, don't know how to monetize their social media platform.
How do you make money right now?
I got a comedy tour. So I've been on tour for a year. Each interview you have ever seen me done within the last 4 years, I get paid $10,000 per interview.
We haven't paid you.
No, y'all don't.
Yeah. Other podcasts you go on.
So I wouldn't go on a big platform as big as this unless it's a mutual benefit, right? So I understand some things is not about money, but it's certain platform because what I have to go entertain in the conversation.
Totally get it.
So man,
but I tell you also know how to get eyeballs. I mean, you go on a show, you're gonna get eyeballs.
Yeah, and so the most I've been paid is $40,000 for an interview.
Got it.
So I have a website that sells merchandise. So between I probably do $40,000-$50,000 a month in just interviews.
No shit.
In just interviews,
Got
and
it.
then I stream with Aiden Ross. So that's another stream of revenue that comes through.
it.
So.
By the way, what happened with you and Michael Jordan? Is it true, like the story?
No, that's some bullshit.
The story that he broke up a fight or something?
No, they say he broke up a fight between me and Wack 100. No, I ain't never met Mike.
So that's just a story that's out there that they're telling. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that story. I'm like, what is it? What is that story all about? You know, with
So let me just explain how I got into comedy, because I didn't want to get stuck online with the persona like the rapper does in character.
Yeah.
Because the persona became so polarizing. Because we're so cultural influenced by entertainment, sometimes we think Denzel Washington is Denzel off Training Day. So I started realizing people was overlooking what I do in real life because they were so into this character. So when they meet me in person, they're not into Charleston. They want the internet persona. So I had to figure out a way to take that persona and that internet character and evolve into something that's less offensive, less provoking toward black people, Instead of making them cry, make them laugh. Because I was coming with some brutal truth, making motherfuckers cry. and it was offending people.
Yeah.
So Paul Mooney said the greatest joke ever told was told as a truth. The greatest truth ever told was told as a joke. So I learned to make it funny so we can all laugh.
I like that.
Yeah. With a message.
Who said that? Paul who?
Paul Mooney.
Respect.
Yeah, Paul Mooney said the greatest joke ever told was told as the greatest truth ever told was told as a joke. The greatest joke ever told was told as a truth. That's why comedians have always had a pass. Because they come to speak our reality and truth in such a way, it may be offensive. So that's why I wanted to bring satire comedy back. Andrew Dice Clay. Man, Glenn Beck, Howard Stern, Mal Mabel, Peter, man, all these are satire comedy guys who do shock jock.
Glenn Beck?
Glenn Beck is, yeah, he's satire all day. And he's shock jock.
Stop.
Man, shock jock. Yeah. What, man? So during the Hillary and Obama, man, I was tuning in to Glenn Beck. Man, yeah, he's a shock jock. Yeah, and he's good at it.
You like him?
I love him.
Who do you listen to? Who do you watch?
I watch a lot of Fox News. I watch a lot of Trump.
Have you met him?
Mm-mm. I was supposed to do the interview with him and Aiden Ross, but I had some bogus charges on me at the time, so I couldn't pass a Secret Service clearance. But I ultimately ended up getting the charges dropped. Yeah. So I was attacked by a gang member in a barbershop. He hit me in the head with a gun, and
hit you in the head with a gun.
Yeah, while I was asleep. So I wake up to being hit in the head with a gun. So, and he a well-known killer gang member, and so I went to the car to retrieve my gun. And this is off camera, but I come back through the building. Trying to secure the building, not knowing where they at. And so my local police department charged me with 2 aggravated assault for going to get my gun after being attacked.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so it took me, man, I spent a lot of money, it took me. So they just dropped all the charges.
This is in Fort Worth?
This is in Fort Worth.
So you've never met the president. Okay, so who would you want to meet? Who are the guys that you want to meet? If there's people you'd want to meet, who would it be?
The leader of the National Rifles Association.
The leader of NRA.
Yeah, and I want to meet the leader, the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, sit down and talk to him.
What would you ask him?
We'll become human friends. We'll become friends. Because I can connect with anybody on a human level, white, black. We don't have to be the same color. We got the same experiences as boys, men, being Americans. And I know American history. And white people don't have to like you. But if you know history, you can conversate with them, they'll tolerate you. If nothing else, just to debate you. And they'll ultimately become fond of you. So talking and conversating, I want to meet people that black people think is against us to come back and say if they're really against us. That's how I became a Republican in Texas. After the George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin's verdict, I didn't want to join the hateful Black Lives Matter group. I got a loving mother who says, son, God has no respect of person. So my mother, I don't know hate. I come from a loving home. I don't know hate. I had to come play like I'm hateful to fit in a group of people that's hateful. So I didn't want to join a Black Lives Matter group with anger.
You never did?
I never did. I hated it. And plus, I ain't following 3 lesbian bitches nowhere. Not no stud bitches. I might follow a bisexual woman. Yeah, but I ain't following 3 studs.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I ain't following. Yeah, so I wanted to prove to black people because here I am. I got a youth organization that has been highly recommended to all 254 counties throughout the state of Texas. This is white people that's doing this. I'm part of a national organization called Incarcerated Children's Advocacy Network. These are white people bringing me to Washington, D.C. to help me change laws and legislation. Wow. So I'm saying, man, let me see. So I dressed up one day and went to this Republican executive committee. And I was the only young black there, mouth full of gold teeth. And I kept trying to speak on the microphone, and I ran into Greg Abbott's, one of his aides. He said, what do you want to say? I said, man, I remember this party used to embrace niggas. He was a young white boy, so we could talk this language. He a hip-hop white boy. Used to embrace niggas. I want to get him back to embracing niggas. But I noticed the police were starting to profile me and come over here to try to see what's going on. He gave me his card. So the next morning, I called down to the Tarrant County GOP Republican Party and spoke to Jen Hall and Shelley Pritchard. I said, ma'am, I'm a conservative nigga who just so happens to vote Republican. I'm trying to see are they offended by what I'm saying rather than listen to what I'm saying. Cause I'm delivering it very articulate with manners. I said, I went to a meeting last night and I was shunned as a black man, mouth full of gold teeth, and I can bring votes in from over here. So they invited me to come down and they adopted me. They took in my youth organization. So I couldn't, here I am, I'm working in the black community, fighting against black people, but I got all these white people that they say racist Republican, they're sewing into me from the Terrence Starr Republican Women's Club. I'm building a relationship with judges where when black people get in trouble, I say, Yana, he works for me over there. Oh, he does, Charleston? Show us some proof. So I'm building relationships because why would I be a Democrat and there's hardly any Democratic judges? And all my people need judges with a mouthpiece. So I found out that white people aren't really racist. They prejudiced. They prejudiced. We all prejudiced. We all ethnocentric ideology that think it's better than others. We just don't understand each other. So I started bringing niggas around, these white Republican people with dreads and tattoos who had murder cases, and they see redemption in these people because they hear the stories. So now we're all partnering together to work with children. We're doing reading programs. So I let the divisiveness of America's culture and temperament at the time, George Floyd killing. So, yeah, man, I didn't want to be connected to hate because I was starting to hate. But I wasn't hating white people. I was hating black people. I was watching black people shoot up a 93-year-old woman's house by mistake, and nobody said nothing. I was watching kids get killed, and you have a fundraiser to try to bury the kid, but the gang he died for ain't helping bury him. The black church that he's trying to be buried in is extorting the mother for more money. So, I ain't like that. So, I was getting burnt out because I was a struggling father trying to help the community. I became the change I wanted to see. I'm a pre-law student at Texas Western University, just started a youth organization. Car broke down, I'm riding the bus to school. People ride by, see me, so I'm embarrassed by being on the bus stop. Can't take my kids nowhere, but I got a heart to help the community. So at some point, you become frustrated and angry, as most community leaders do. The lack of support. I figured out a way how to self-sustain my organization. I didn't have to apply for no grants. I knew how to sell barbecue, shake down the drug dealers, stop the prostitutes, say y'all can't sell no. So I would shake down the community. I'm gonna call the police on y'all. Why I need to add white people? And I'm helping us. So black people became my greatest enemy, helping their children. But I'm the ones getting their kids out the juvenile system. I'm the ones setting up the, getting people license back reinstated. I turned away from everybody. I was having a mental breakdown. Every day, all day. Man, you talking about for almost 7, 8 years. And I'm speaking in legislation. I'm doing trainings for U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And I'm trying to maintain my GPA. Yeah, I had a mental breakdown. And this what caused the breakdown. Because I was used as a political pawn from the power structure. They needed a voice like mine that was dynamic, that challenged the black preachers. And I challenged them and I shamed them. So white people grabbed me and made me a poster child. They used me as a voice piece to go out into the black community to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the black community. So at the time, the federal government had just issued out a national initiative to 6 cities that probably could be the next Baltimore riots. So Fort Worth was one of those cities. It was called 21st century community policing. So they kind of wanted to bring back beat cops, where the cops know the neighborhood, put more.
This is in Dallas.
This is in Fort Worth. So they had this program that the police department developed by way of this national initiative that was called procedural justice. Procedural justice was a new training aspect that was brought to new law enforcement to kind of have them more race sensitive, right? And they needed a black voice to go out. So I was one of the main voices that they used.
By the way, TD Jakes is in Dallas, right? Have you ever done anything with him? What do you think about TD Jakes?
He for TD Jakes for his church. He not for the community.
He's for his church, not meaning members of his church.
He mean the Potter's house.
Right.
Meaning a member. He for his church. That's his business. He not for Dallas. We don't see him nowhere doing nothing. His church or nothing. Now they got a prison reentry, but that's for the grant funding for his business.
Do you think he's a net positive to Dallas?
No.
To the black community?
No.
TD Jakes?
No.
Really?
What do we do other than preach a good message? To make our mothers feel good. Only to come back home and still drink wine and feel better. Playing her pussy with a rose to feel even more better. So all he is a feel-good preacher. No, man. The Bible says what you do for the least of those. I don't see no preacher, no church really doing for the least of those other than the poor churches that's amongst the least of those. You cannot take your big, beautiful church build it out on the hill away from the people and think you can still reach the people. They can't walk to that church. And matter of fact, this church is so extravagant, it's ATM machines all over this motherfucker. And when it's time to pay tithes, poor people are excluded out of the black church.
What do you mean?
They're excluded. The preacher make you feel like if you ain't got a soda seed, who got a soda seed? They make you feel like if you ain't got no money to give. God don't need my money. He need my confessions. So, the black church full of shit. They go for TD Jakes, all of them.
What do you think about Creflo?
Full of shit. Obsolete to the black people.
Right.
They have an audience like I got an audience. If I lose a page, my audience come follow me like they're following. They're not for the community. I started from the community and develop a following.
You don't think TD Jakes is a net positive to community?
No.
Still,
He preached other. Why is a preacher positive? How is a preacher?
Well, go back to what you said earlier when you said hip hop or the movies would come to the bad communities and they would convert. So what if somebody doesn't live in Dallas and they live in Kansas, they live in New York, they live in Arkansas, they live in London, and they watch him, they just like the way he delivers his message. Isn't that a net positive?
No.
Tell me why.
What does it do? It make you feel good for the moment. So church make you feel good for when I'm like, hey, hallelujah, pastor. You go back to the same problems, same conditions, and most people's lives don't transform.
You don't think people make decisions when they give their life?
No,
when they get baptized?
I think when people give their life to God, they going through something, they dealing with something. Soon as shit get back right, they sneaking and having unmerited sticks. They still getting drunk. They still masturbating. They still watching porn. I think everybody is full of shit when it comes to God because you're gonna do something against God every day. Stop trying to be perfect.
You believe in God?
Yeah, I do. But I ain't trying to live for God. God gave me a choice of free will. I don't want to be a godly man.
You don't want to be.
I want to fuck a bunch of women.
So you made that decision.
Yeah. I get God on the deathbed. But right now, I'm living for me. Fuck God. I believe in him. I get the same blessings if I believe, if I don't. The sun shines on the bad just like the rain fall on the good. Good things happen to bad people like bad things happen to good people. God ain't got nothing to do with that.
You think this is the right example on the way to live your life because you're saying you want to do net positive?
Man, listen, you live your life.
No, I'm not saying, no. Those are two different things.
No, let me say, yes, I think it's the right message.
Tell me why.
Because can't nobody dictate to you about your life. God gave it to you.
No, that's not what I'm saying, though. That's not what I'm saying. You're right. You can do whatever you want to do.
I don't think God is real. I think God is questionable.
Well, then that's a different conversation. You just told me you said God is real, then you changed it.
I said I believe in God,
right,
based off what my mother said.
But you don't believe God is real.
I read Revelation,
yeah,
and I read Genesis. Now I don't believe God is real. Because I just told you about children being sex trafficked. Where's God for them?
By who, though? By who?
By whoever. I don't know.
By the people.
By what people?
By the people.
The government? Whoever. So if God is real, why he don't stop those people? If God is real.
He gave free will to God like you.
So that's why I don't think God is real. Because if God is real, why hadn't white people suffered for what they did to slavery? If God is really real.
So then for you, you're conflicted.
No, I'm not conflicted. I don't believe people know God to tell me God is really real.
No, originally you said you believe.
I believe in God. That don't mean I think he's real. I believe in the boogeyman. I don't think it's real. I believe in ghosts, the spirit. I don't know they're real.
Do you have faith?
No, I got faith in me.
You got faith in you.
Because everything I heard about faith, I think is bullshit.
So let me tell you, who is the biggest man in your life that let you down?
None.
No man's ever let you down.
I've never been connected to a man.
Father.
Never been connected to him to be let down.
Did you ever meet him?
Never.
So that's the biggest letdown.
That's not a letdown.
But you never met him.
I had uncles and granddaddies to replace that letdown. You don't even know it's there.
But there's different than father.
No, listen. Out of sight is really out of mind. There are many kids who father's gone and another replacement have stepped in and filled the void of the father.
There's a different thing.
No. Man, listen, if you've never seen your daddy, you don't have attachment to it. That's bullshit.
Yeah, but that's a different story.
No, that's a childhood abandonment. That's a childhood abandonment issue that you hold in secretly. Yeah. That don't affect you as a disappointment. You never expected nothing to be disappointed.
So I'm listening to you. And it's not your fault. I'm not sitting here saying anything that...
Man, I don't give a damn what you saying. I'm telling you, I ain't never been connected to a man to be...
I understand.
Listen, I had a granddaddy. I had an uncle who kept me with him.
Yeah.
I don't know that's not my daddy. The presence of a man is the father, not the title.
Yeah, but when a man grows up eventually...
I don't
you
get
You said something earlier.
Listen, when I grow up, I have no connection to a man. So no man... I ain't been hurt by a man. I had no connection to a man to be hurt. No expectation, no nothing.
Do you know what you said at the beginning of the podcast?
What?
You said something very powerful. You said, you know, when you were a kid, you and your older brother, he was a big guy, and he was in and out of juvie, and then your mother ended up having a daughter. I think you said later in life,
yeah.
she ended up having a daughter. And then mom worked for GM, and she worked after you guys got home. So she would prepare your meal. She would tell you to do the homework, and she's going to call at these times. You guys better be home or else. And if she came home, and if you guys didn't do what she told you to do, she'd wake your ass up and talk to you.
Now, where the man is?
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. But because there wasn't a man, she couldn't check you to raise boys. I was raised by a single mother.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about. I'm telling you, I got uncles and granddaddies. You think my granddaddy them ain't around? Checking my brother them? We had men.
I'm repeating your words.
No. But I never told you it wasn't no man. You're assuming. I got a bunch of uncles and granddaddies.
I understand.
So if you know
so
I had the presence of a male.
Right.
I ain't the black kid that grew up poor with no. I had plenty of men, well-to-do kid. I had my own room in the third grade.
You know what I love about you, Charleston? Let me tell you what I love about you, and I have so much respect for you. Is, you know, when I was a kid, and I was we didn't have a lot of money. We're like a, you know, what do you call it, Section 8 and welfare kid.
See, I don't know what it's like to be poor.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like to be poor.
I'm telling you from my perspective.
Yeah.
But from my perspective, when I was raised that way in L.A., Glendale, and we would have people that would come over, and they would say things like, hey, you know, let us get you this for Christmas. Let us get you this. And, oh, pour this, pour that. I hated it. I couldn't stand people looking down at us as if we don't have anything, as if we don't have any money. I hated it. I couldn't stand it. So I went to the Army. And then eventually, I ended up making my own money. I didn't want to be in debt to anybody. I didn't want any favors. I didn't want any of that stuff. Your level of the mentally, how powerful words have been in your life.
Let me just say this.
You sang a hip hop song at the beginning.
Listen, I come from love. Love conquers all. So I got a loving mother.
Yeah.
We live in a wonderful, affluent background. When I get hurt, I'm centered around love. I'm growing up in a hospital with loving nurses. I don't know my daddy not here. I got nothing but love. I got my uncle. I'm his favorite nephew. My name is Charleston. My nickname is Blue. My uncle was a pimp. I was born in 1977. There's a movie called Come Back Charleston Blue, 1976. My uncle named me. That's my daddy. So I always tried to be a pimp. Pimp on hold. Prostitute hoe. My daddy absent don't.
You validate my point.
So this is what I'm saying. So I had men. I had men. So I don't have no abandonment. I was a kid who grew up in a hospital setting, like a dog who been inside. Finally got to go outside and play as a kid. Nigga, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I just never been a kid before. And I'm attracted by what's wrong. So nah, man, I wasn't hurt. That's the excuse most people like to use. That's not my excuse. I chose to do what I did because I thought that was a part of manhood.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
So my uncle would paint pretty pictures of prison to me. So when I got to school at recess, I was telling my friends what I was gonna do when I get to prison, based on what they done told me. So it wasn't disappointment. It was a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor. As most black people kill with cold hearted seemed like. It's not cold. They want that badge of honor. And I wanted it. One eye, small frame, couldn't play football. I want to be a part of something. Yeah, and I found something to be a part of. And it was everything I was looking for, coming from them negative uncles and my working mother's home. Her presence is gone. We just got a perfect environment, great environment, but we got this negative images to see that matches what we see on television.
Is she still around?
Yeah, mama's still around. Retired from General Motors, became a foster parent for like 30 years.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Still in Dallas?
Yeah, still in Dallas.
Your older brother?
My brother just come home from prison after doing 31 years for a murder he committed when he was 17. Now, my brother was angry. He had a disappointment in his father. He was, daddy show up, daddy show up. I never had dad to show up to disappoint me.
Yeah.
So he was angry. I always angry. So I remember we was about, the General Motors Arlington plant had transferred the people from Texas to Monroe, Louisiana. Yeah. I remember watching TV one time. I was probably about 10 years old. And out of nowhere, my brother looked at me and said, when I grow up, I'm going to kill somebody. I ran downstairs and told my mama, kid. My mother spanked him out of frustration.
How old was he?
He probably was 12.
What was he watching when he said this?
We were watching a Rambo movie.
And he said,
First blood. He said, he just looked at me out of nowhere and said, with a sincere look, and it scared me as a kid. He said, when I grow up, I'm going to kill somebody.
got it.
Man, I ran down there, hurry up and told my mother. Because mothers have to work with very little support back then. Now, that's a lot of support. She didn't have the luxury to sit down and try to understand where that root came from.
Right.
So he dealt with a lot of disappointment. He grew up angry. I grew up with love, just wanting to fit in. I didn't want to be the baby. I want to be treated. I was baby. I was coddled, but I was a brave heart. I couldn't wait to break free.
All goes back to the conversations we had when you're talking about how things happen with the African American community. When we talked about crack earlier, when we talked about mindset earlier, father policies, a lot of that. And today, how old are you? Are you?
I'm 48. I just turned 48, May 17th.
So your brother's how old?
He turned 51.
So he just got it 3 years ago?
Yeah, he just got it 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
From 17,
31 years.
Yeah, from 17
Shit.
to 17.
But you guys are still close.
No. You don't know your brother after 30 years?
That's what I'm saying. That's
Nah,
tough.
I don't want to be close.
What happened when you saw him? Did you see him?
Yeah, I you don't see him in prison.
And when he came out, what was the conversation like?
I don't know you, nigga.
Like that?
Even though I've been seeing you. We've been seeing each other in and out of prison for 30. So we see each other.
Yeah, yeah.
But at some point, I stopped going to go see my brother in prison. Because I'm not your mother and I'm not your father. Your mama love you enough, nigga, to keep going to go see you. I'm going to stay with my kids. My kids ain't down here. Why do I have to subject myself to be treated like this? Damn. So I ain't going to see I ain't sending no money on his books. Because come out here to us. You got a family out here. So when he got out, he got out on the right track. But he's institutionalized. And he think he know everything. So you have to put your hand back. Because you can't correct a fool.
Makes sense. Yeah. Charleston, this has been a blast talking to you.
I love it. You got to have me back again.
I definitely will. You will be invited 100% back again in the future. We got a lot more talking to do. But I got a meeting. I'm 5 minutes late, and they're texting me left and right now. Appreciate you for coming up, brother.
You arched
this
your
was
eyebrows?
amazing.
You ain't arched my brow, did you?
What I said?
Your eyebrows, are they arched?
Are they arched?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
They ain't threaded, are they?
Are they threaded? What
they
is
too
that?
perfectly done.
I got a true Middle Eastern eyebrow.
Okay, I'm sitting up here, man, this nigga eyebrow perfect in the motherfucker. Say, what's up, everybody? This your boy, Charleston White, a.k.a. America's favorite uncle. I just signed up to Manette. So if you want to message me, you want to cuss me out, you want to fuss at me, even if you want some counseling, call me. I minister healing by way of word. You can message me directly on Manette. I promise, man, I'm going to respond directly. I ignore them DMs on Instagram. They just took my Facebook. I don't respond on YouTube. I will respond on Manette. I promise. Just call me and see. Text me.